Hey guys, welcome back to the Pop Corner, and today we are going to talk about the House of the Dragon Season 3 Episode 5. So in this video, I'm going to share my thoughts about the everything that happened in this episode, and what I liked, what surprised me, and what I think the show is setting up for the next episode. And guys, as always, there will be spoilers in this review, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, this is your warning. So this episode was not one of those episodes where dragons are fighting every 5 minutes or where something huge happen every single scene. This episode was more about setting up the next phase of the war, but there were still a lot of interesting moments. Let's start with Sir Criston Cole. In this episode, Sir Criston Cole's plan to stop the Riverlands army from crossing the river, and he was pretty much was successful in that. But in the end, the army crossed the river, and his plan failed. He was defeated, and now he is almost dead, and he has no army with him, and still he wants to fight, still he wants to go after the army of Riverland. And the other guy, the high tower guy who kind of became a friend of Sir Criston Cole, he is not agreeing with him, so he left. But Sir Criston Cole is full on suicide mode. He doesn't want to bend his knee and serve Rhaenyra or some other highborn. He wants to die in peace in a battle. He wants to die as a hero. He wants to die as the best fighter in the whole Seven Kingdom. And honestly, guys, after watching this episode, after hearing his monologue in this episode, this was the very first time that I felt bad for Sir Criston Cole. Before that, I hated him, but in this episode, you can see the sadness, you can see the defeat on his face. He doesn't have any desire to live on, and he still loves Alicent, and that's what really heartbreaking, and it was really great. Then we finally saw Aemond, and he is really in the Harrenhal, as I said in my previous video, and most of you people suspected that he is in Harrenhal, and we really found out he is in Harrenhal. And Alice Rivers was tending his wounds, and now he is healed. Kind of, he is not completely healed, but he is healed. He is now waking up, but Vhagar is gone. Vhagar is flying somewhere, and Adam of Hull and Bela is trying to track her down. And after putting a bounty on Aemond's head by Rhaenyra, all the people are looking for Aemond. They are getting to Harrenhal, and Alice Rivers is turning everyone's away. But the things get serious, and Aemond came outside, and he saved the life of Alice Rivers. And I sensed a little bit of some kind of chemistry or some kind of relationship forging between Alice Rivers and Aemond. I don't know if I am right or wrong, but there was some kind of sense, and I am really intrigued to see where this relationship and where this alliance will go. Meanwhile, Aegon is still struggling, and he is trying to get out from the Castle Rock. I think that's the Castle Rock or Rook's Rex. I don't remember the names of the places of this world. I think that was Rook's Rest, and he is trying to get out from there. And he had heard that Vhagar has been seen somewhere, and he is going after Aemond. He is kind of jealous of him, and he is going after him to kill him or die in trying. But the way Larry Strong humbles him in this episode, it was kind of funny, and it was really interesting to see, because Larry Strong is trying as hard as he can to keep Aegon alive, and he is not listening to him. He just in his king's era, and he doesn't want to compromise with anything, and that is why the water was above the head. And because of that, Larry Strong humbled Aegon really well. And another interesting thing happened to Aegon, where we saw Tywin Lannister. Finally, he came back. He was nowhere to be seen after the first episode, and now he is back. And he saw Aegon, he saw Larry Strong, and now they are planning to go somewhere. So that was really interesting to see that Aegon is now getting some kind of army for himself, and I am really eager to see where Aegon's story is going to go in the future episode. And now let's talk about the biggest thing that happened in this episode. Lord Armond is causing so much troubles in the King's Landing, even though he is in Tumbleton. He has announced Daeron as the new king of the Seven Kingdom, and he is getting gold cloaks soldiers killed in the King's Landing while he is in Tumbleton, and that scene was horrifying when Daemon found the all the gold cloaks that dead and sitting on a chair while their guts are out on the table. It was horrifying, and finally Daemon and Rhaenyra found out who is doing all of this. They were trying to find out, and they find out that it was Ormond who announced that Daeron is the new king, and he is killing the traitor. And because the Gold Cloak, the City Watch army, supported Rhaenyra when she arrived at the King's Landing, and that is why he is getting them killed first. So that is really interesting because there is no gold, and now there is no army that can support Rhaenyra in the city. So the King's Landing is going to be in chaos. And on the other hand, the detail I missed in the last episode, that Helaena was pregnant, and in this episode, Alicent tried to give Helaena the tea, the famous tea that everyone drinks after getting involved with Sir Criston Cole. But Helena refused to drink it, and Messeria found out that Alicent has ordered that tea, and after that, Alicent and Helena tried to run away from the King's Landing, from the Red Keep, but Messeria found her, and she didn't tell Rhaenyra about that. She betrayed Rhaenyra by getting a kind of favor, and now Alicent owes Messeria if the High Towers get back into the power, so she can be safe. So Missaria is now thinking about herself instead of thinking about her queen, and that is going to be bad for her in the future. And now all the characters, all the nobles of Rhaenyra has betrayed her, and that's not going to be good because she is going to find out about all the things that everyone has lied about to Rhaenyra. And after that, Alicent and Helena's plan to run away from the King's Landing was failed. They found a secret door in their room, and they went into the walls, and they found that that way is closed, and now they can't go back to the room because the door is locked, and it can only be opened from the inside of the room, not from the inside of the walls. So now I don't know what's going to happen, but for now they are stuck in the walls, and maybe they will find a way out because there was a cat who was running towards somewhere, and maybe the cat going to show the way out from the wall. So that is pretty much what happened in this episode, and I heard that the people who got the early access of this episode, they said that this episode is one of the best episode of the season, and there is no doubt for that because this episode was one of the best episode of this season. There was not a single fight in this episode, yet it was really interesting. It kept me grabbed to the screen because so much is happening, everyone is playing politics, and we don't know where the show is going. So I'm really excited to see the next episode and the other future episodes of this season. I don't know if there is going to be 8 or 10 episode in this season, but by the ending of this episode, it seems like that this was the mid-season episode because it was really great. So what about you guys? Have you seen the episode? If you have, please share your thoughts about it in the comment box below with me, and what you think that is going to happen in the future episode. And if you can, write a small review about it because I would love to read your thoughts on this episode. So guys, that's all in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care.